Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. Did you miss us? I missed you a little bit there, Seymour. I like my guy Mick, and it was a great time, but sometimes you just can't beat this dynamic duo that we got going on here. And we welcome you back to the desk. We got another great matchup here to close things out. Over on the Alpha stream, it was E4 Knights taking down UTK White, and here on Bravo to give you the slate that's taken place so far, it was Purdue Gold in that first matchup taking down St. Clair. You just saw JCSU with the win over VCU in really an interesting fashion. They kind of came out with some momentum there. And now we head to LC versus York. And what are you expecting out of this one? I mean, we look at the map set up top. We got Raid Hardpoint to start, which is always a thumbs up from me. Very nice. I like Raid. But what are you thinking about this one?
Well, let me tell you, we got Lambton College, YorkU, both kind of sitting in the division, like about middle of the pack. I would say that they're both similar in rankings, and they're gearing towards the end of their split. There's a really good opportunity for one of them to come alive towards the later end of the split, try to push into split 2 with the best outcome that they can go for. I mean, York University sitting 3-6, Lambton College sitting 4-6. So York still a couple games to play. Lambton, this is going to be the last one of the split. But going into this, I mean, Raid Hardpoint is going to be a good start for either of them. And I expect whoever takes the momentum at the start to carry over with some quick gears in Garrison S&D. But honestly, at this time, seeing how close both of these are and seeing their pools, like what matches they've won, who they've lost, is this division is a little bit interesting because I would say that YorkU and LC, even though their difference in rank is there, they are going to be two similar teams. And I expect this. We've seen 2 game 4s today, so let's see a game 5.
I would love to see a game 5. The Battle of the Lions here, and I definitely recommend, you can see the logo on your screen. Go check out the full one on collegecod.com. LC has a really, really cool logo. And I like the color scheme we got here. You got the blue for LC and white on your minimap for YorkU, as it is York getting on the hill to start here, finding some control. See how LC answers back. You got Mary playing on the white van. The slide's not going to happen. Immortal shuts that down. Mav's going to fall up top as well. A really strong start here for York. And it's at the point now where if you're LC, you got to start to think about new.
You're sitting here, Lambton 4-9 in hardpoint. York 6-5. Coming alive right at the start. Immortals on a 5 spree. You're looking at those P2 rotations to Kitchen, and York aren't going to be in favor of that as well, getting a ton of time soaked up over here in P1 as Immortals absolutely ripping apart 6-0. I expect him to cut through mid, look for some more on the rotations, and so he does. Maybe play for some streaks here, 1 away from their artillery. Lambton kind of pulling around through the front of Kitchen, does swap down onto Mortals, clears him out of those streaks, but York still holding on to time on P2 as Lambton are trying to break it.
I can't help myself, but for the time being, he was immortal at the start there. 6-1 off the rip. Now we're going to go down to 7-2 as the battle rages on here for Kitchen control. So far, York with this lead up to about 50 points. The push comes through the front side. Fire Truck Lover is going to fall. Trades back and forth in the feed. Now it's between Adam Skywalker to try to get his team onto this point. He is going to find the kill. The snap onto Rose isn't going to happen. And now, again, we start to focus on rotations. It's York who are really starting to extend a lead.
And these P3 rotations can be big for Lambton if they win the first battle here. Melly, spot out 2. The Fire Truck Lever coming in from behind, sneaking away from my peripheral vision, wins 2 key gunfights, locks down the initial time, and look for that third. Immortals sweeps, gonna clear him out. York immediately break this, holding onto the spawns now as sweeps rotates over, sets up in Gym, and Immortals is looking to clear out Art and go on a rampage.
See how tight LC are playing here, and it's gonna come back to bite them. You got Immortals playing up front here, picking up all the kills. The spawns are going to come through at the pool side. Rose in a big spot, finds the first onto Mav. Starting to reach out here with this Krig with the long sight line. It's going to be a good spot to be in. 30 seconds still to go on this hill, and LC, they can't give this up just yet. They have to make one more push. Adam's going to find one at the front. His teammate there, and Melly, is good with the Krig as well. But Immortals, again, coming in from the top ropes to clean up the kills. 12-3 on another streak there, make it 4. Sweeps has already rotated. He is going to find that first kill. Really, really good showing right now from York as this lead stretches past 110 points. Fire Truck Lover is just spraying that fire hose every opportunity he gets. And it's just, what does LC have to do right now? They need to change something.
First off, they need to clear Immortals here. Pull the spawns, so they do. And they are going to have the advantage from the back foot, of course, but fighting through Tiki and sweeps, winning some gunfights on the point. They don't have to worry about the spawns right just yet because they have a foot down, and they're locking down this time from the front side. Being contested, though, from all around. The swarm from Lambton has to pull in, has to get this because they've lost the spawns once again. Now they have to fight from the front. Let York absolutely uproot this team and keep their battles just swinging in their favor. This map does clean up Immortals. Gets on the site, but I mean, York just seem unstoppable right now. I mean, everything Lambton can do might be able to sway a few gunfights, but in general, they just need to win some key individual fights.
Sweeps able to find that artillery and the cruise missile. That could be even more our weaponry to pile on top of this blowout for York. 180 points, just 10 right now for LC. And at this point, if you're the LC Lions, you're just trying to find some momentum to bring into map 2. Try to find some kind of positive. And if you're Mary, you're not finding a lot of that right now. 2-13 so far in this game. It's not going so well. Fire Truck Lover playing through Zig is finding kills. Teammates using the streaks to clear off the point. It should leave an opening to get in there to continue to soak up this time. The Lions were able to get about 13 seconds, but it continues to be a slaughtering right now as the kill streaks continue to pour on. Immortals picking up more kills on the point. It's just tough right now for LC.
Let me tell you, Cam. I overlooked this stat, but Lambton, they're sitting 0-6 on raid hardpoint in this season. So, I mean, York really in a good position to hand them that salute in their statistics, that 0-7.
Yeah, there you go. Get that CCL salute.
Exactly. Right in your stat book for a raid, but you've broken through. You came together more points than you've had all game, you know, on that 30-point chain, but 193 to 39. You would need something incredible to make this comeback against York. And Rose on this rotation back around. You saw them. They got almost 40 points last time on this first hill. Looking to do it again. They can't win on it anymore, so you are going to see a point too, but York not letting go.
Oh boy, 200 to 40 here. Mary, there you go. Get yourself going.
Yeah.
Kill streak. Okay. Finally going to fall. 7-18. Starting to inch its way back. Starting to find a little pride in this matchup, as that's a couple Lions teams going after it right now. They're playing for pride, quite literally. The battle rages on here at P1. We know there's going to be a rotation to the kitchen
Fire
hill
Truck.
with only 20 seconds left. Fire Truck in a huge spot behind enemy lines, finding one onto Mav. Nobody else is going to be home. He's got the rotations in place for his squad, playing an extra step ahead. And it's going to be a closeout hill here on P2 for York and the Lions. They're going to be trying to close it out here.
And you know what starts with an F and ends with a K. Well, Lambton, they're just saying Fire Truck right now because he's in the back line. And Immortals looking to hold on this front line. You only need 30 seconds to win out on this first map. Immortals going to be watching the back line now as he does switch his point of view to the back of the map. As Lambton, they're all over the place now. Adam Skywalker on the front line. Craig in hands. What can he do? Finds one, immediately traded. Still gaining time here. 10 seconds left before York takes this map. One Immortals now taking his sights to the money room. Everybody swarming in from Lambton, but York's just coming out with the kills. Melee with a good beatdown, but the streaks are here. The kills are here. And York Lion, the pack is strong. 3 seconds to win it out. Have plenty of time to win it on the second point. And they take map 1 with quite the stance.
Yes, they breeze right through that one. 250 to 59 will be the final score. We got sweeps in the kill cam. It was really everybody for York there stepping up big. And I think the one that we can take away from it, that Lambton, yeah, they get the CCL salute. 0-7 now on raid hardpoint. The other thing, like I said, is I think you can always fall back on the fact that you have a really, really cool logo. Go check it out on collegecod.com. It's really impressing me right now. You can see it on your screen a little bit there too. That thing is pretty sweet. York, they don't really have much going on for a logo. Sure, they got the gun skills, but you can always fall back on that if you're LC. We turn our attention to Garrison as Search and Destroy, and then maybe things change a little bit. We know that the difference in the game modes can cause some stuff to be different in terms of the way the map plays out. And now we go to Garrison. We'll see if things slow down a little bit for LC, and they might have a chance in this one.
Well, this is a big map for Lambton. This is York's worst game mode. Their win percentage on Search and Destroy is 27%. So they're sitting 3-8 in the game mode, where you're looking at Lambton. They're not a whole lot better. They got a 40% win rate on Search and Destroy, but still, you're going to take it. You're going to take it. You're going to run with it. You're going to hold on to it like your life depends on it. And if you're Lambton, you're 0-0 on Garrison. You haven't gone to the Search and Destroy. York Lions, although they have been to it, they're 1-3 on Garrison Search and Destroy. So this is Lambton College. This is their good chance to kind of pull it back, regain. I mean, you saw what St. Clair did earlier in this game. I mean, they lost checkmate hardpoint 250-75, then came back and won the Search and Destroy 6-5. Lambton, they need to do the exact same thing. I mean, if York Lions just bullies them in here, Lambton, they're going to be boomed.
Right, and they really, it's going to be tough because the aggression from York there in that first map was just, it was there in every facet of the word. I think for LC, you're going to need to slow things down a little bit. Sure, you might want to let the fight come to you, but if that's anything like what would happen in map 1, it's not going to end too pretty. Garrison Search and Destroy will be the map, and we talk about Garrison, one of these kind of, there's just not a whole lot of versatility there. You can't really hit a lot of these flanks, but you do have underneath the tank. Go ahead. What are you thinking?
Well, luckily, like, you had Mary heating up at the end there, an SMG player, and you're going to Garrison S&D, so that SMG really needs to be here, and you're looking at Garrison across the next 3 maps. Hopefully, Mary can keep that momentum as, they started to heat up at the end. It was something. It wasn't like a big flame, but it was something, so need to see him carry with that.
Absolutely. I mean, going to be plenty of space to make it happen if you're an SMG player. In that last series, you saw Rambo for JCSU absolutely having a field day on Garrison. Going to have to see that from Lambert here. You have to turn it around. The momentum not on your side after a blowout win in map 1. But again, we talk about it. Search and Destroy is where things really start to slow down, where your brain matters more. It's not about shooting straight so much. It's about playing with your team, playing coordinated, tapping into your IQ.
Literally opening that third eye. You know what they say. You gotta get those wrinkles on your brain, because they say that the more wrinkles you have, the knowledgeable you are in your brain, not like on yourself. It's the whole brain factor there. But Garrison, definitely, you need to look at the Search and Destroy to bring those 200 IQ plays out if you're Lambton College. York, bully. Because if you can do what you just did on the hard point, you might have a breezy game 3.
Right. I think, to look at it on the side of York, you're right. Just keep up with what happened in map 1. Continue to force the emphasis and put the ball in your opponent's court. Don't sit back. That's what we'll expect out of them here. We get into it. And it's going to be them on offense first. Maybe a chance, too, if you feel like you really have the upper hand in a series to practice and try some new things. Maybe that's what they're doing here as they make the push over towards A. It's going to be a couple players top 3 to slow it down. The shots come through, and it's Fire Truck Lover finding the kills. That's going to open things up for his squad as they now go to
Mary.
a 2v2 situation. Mary making the play from behind. The shots come through. And Mary had a little Lambton College. Makes it 1-0 in that first round. Huge play here on the back end. That 200 IQ play that we're talking about.
I saw what you did there. I picked up what you did there.
That was intentional. Mary, you're on Lambton College. That had to be intentional, right?
Had to be. If not, that'd be ashamed. Mary on a 2 streak, though. After that 2-for-2 trade, Lambton absolutely popping off, taking control of that round 1. Big bounce back. Big start to this Garrison Search and Destroy. Now you're on attack. B site, usually where these teams go. Mary holding the bomb now. And Sweeps just biding this time, being very patient in the vents. Could hop up for a flank. But Lambton, they're going to be paying attention to that. If you're looking at everybody else, you got back tank, bricks, and radar held down from York. Potential, if you get this bomb down on B, you're going to have so many lines of sight to worry about against YorkU.
It was a slow first round. Now things come to somewhat of a halt. Fire Truck Lover able to find first blood onto Mary, and the bomb's going to be down up there near the catwalk. No reason to move, holding on to this angle and waiting for someone to step back into his line of sight. Melly's going to climb up and take some shots down to really low health. He's not going to die, but Adam Skywalker will. 2v4 situation now for the offense as things get more and more difficult. Melly's going to grab the bomb. Fire Truck watching that spot, but it doesn't matter. The shots are better on the side of Lambert College. Make it a 2v3 situation, but the clock's winding down.
20 seconds left. Still so many lines of sight to worry about, and they haven't even cleared sweeps from vents. So if you drop down on this B site, the side B4U is going to drop this bomb, and you have nothing. It's too late. You clear it, but you have time for the plan. Immortals checking it. Nipping at the toes and getting the kill. That is the round to York, and Lambton came out with fire, instantly put out as York University answer back and even up the search.
Yeah, 1-1 it becomes, and it's just the defense holding strong on both sides. Melly with some really good shots there into Fire Truck Lover. It just doesn't matter in the end. So we switch things up again, and the Krieg's so important on this map to just create openings, it feels like to me, for the submachine gun players to have more space on the map to make things happen. I mean, you just know that there's going to be someone waiting with an assault rifle when you make that initial push. So if you can get that first blood from your teammate with the AR, really can start to see something open up. So we see the scores for both squads and the guns in play.
Quick.
The Krieg and the AK-74U becoming the new meta. No more XM4 sweeps moving up near mid. Melly's going to draw first blood. A couple plays top green. And Lambton just making the aggressive play on defense.
I love that play from Lambton. We're getting aggressive top green. Now trades favor you. 2 players left. Fire Truck's going to break through even and up in L. Sweeps might have a good opportunity here. Throws a nade, looking for a check, and a hop up. Doesn't check the corner. Nice crossfire. Puts York down to 1. Fire Truck Lover, bomb in hand. Both Lambton players occupying green. They play for the trade here. Fire Truck puts those first shots. Doesn't take any in return, but gives up his positioning. Has to rotate to the A site. Let's make something out of this. Adam is going to turn around, try to watch this. I don't know if they saw each other. Fire Truck, 30 seconds left. Can take this gunfight, get the kill, and maybe even drop this bomb. He's going to make the full wrap. Back into bricks. Take the gunfight again. He doesn't know Melly's there. Swing. Now he knows. Fire Truck trying to bait something out of Melly.
Got the bomb here. An opportunity to go plant. It looks like he's going to take advantage of it. Melly, though, with the quick read. Sees Fire Truck. The shot coming through. No way this challenge is going to work out for Fire Truck Lover. They both go down to about half health. No time left. He has to play for the kill. He climbs up into green. And how about the IQ plays out of Melly to go ahead and hide near trash? Huge stuff for the defense there as they come out with the win. Lambton go up 2-1. Comes down to the final seconds where the play has to be for the kill. But Melly was hiding out. Hide and seek is what it comes down to.
It's not flashy from these teams, but it gets the job done. Especially for Lambton, you're going to take rounds like that. Melly doing the shoulder peek, gets the check on the bomb, forces Fire Truck Lover off of it, and he just plays his life from then on. Like I say, 200 IQ play. It's what you need on Garrison. It's what Lambton needs to show every single time. Now, defensive rounds have been the name of the game right now. See if an attack can win over for Lambton. A quick hit through mid, and they're going to be met with a ton of aggression.
See if the offense can make something happen. We know that can be the key. Melly taking some crazy challenges across the map onto Immortals. A great sight line there. The map knowledge can be so important, especially in Search and Destroy. Anything you can use to get that little angle on your opponent to draw that first blood. It's so huge. Mav in a tough spot, taking some fire. His position's going to be called out. Mary, hesitant to make this push, knowing there's going to be some players waiting, and sees it there. That Sweeps is going to be the first one to fall as Melly helps out with some shots. That's huge to open things up for the offense. Now it's 3-on-4, and Mav still drawing a lot of attention near mid, trying to bait for his teammates to make a play. Immortals goes down to low health. Very risky here to still be pushed out. Mary, can you make something happen and try to get this bomb down?
Another low time plant, though. You drop this bomb, and Fire Truck Lover does it. This is putting Lambton on the back foot. Now it's forcing Mav's hand. Gets the kill, but traded again. Now 16 seconds to get this plant down to 2-on-2. Rose rotating now on the scaffolding. The nade is going to be caught by the trophy system. Melly clears out L. They know where the player is. Has to go for the plant. Rose, are you going to peek this? Are you going to drop the bomb? Melly's got the cover. And Melly gives Lambton a 2-round lead.
That is great teamwork there to play the plants. Know that you have to watch over your teammate and pick up the kills. Melly, we see it in the kill cam. Down to low health, but that's just high IQ. And that's what we've seen so far from Lambert. We talk about that. How Search and Destroy is your opportunity to win it with your brain. They're doing that so far, making all the right moves. And you're even seeing, too, how you really pull out all the stops in this game mode. The sight lines there to kill the planter. I think it was Fire Truck Lover. Crazy sight line underneath the entire map, it felt like, picking up that kill. It's like whoever has that map knowledge, whoever spends a little extra time maybe watching VODs or running around the map even by yourself just to find those little quirky spots. That kind of stuff is what wins and loses games.
And you know,
see LC trying to hold on to this lead.
Search and Destroy wins tournaments.
Oh, yes.
Big to have this knowledge here. As York opens up with 2. Traded back by 1, but still that player advantage favoring York as they leave Melly last alive. Gonna put the bomb down at B now. Have a stranglehold on this, and that nade is gonna give him the know of where Melly is. Has to take this gunfight. I don't know if Sweeps actually caught that. So some good timing for Melly, but the team is there. The reinforcements, the beat down. It's Melly trying to do something impressive. Brings it to a 1-on-2 now. Immortals, floating tank. Melly didn't see his head. Both
Impressive
teams
stuff.
play this crossfire. Cam and Melly makes it a 1-on-1. Does he know fire trucks and vents?
The streaks, too, is what I'm also thinking about. You got 6 kills. 1 more would make an artillery, so you really have to play this safe. And I honestly think that's what's going to be the play here from Elliot. It doesn't seem like he should want to overextend here as he goes ahead and tries it. Fire truck lever's waiting for him in the vent. And I don't know if he was aware of the fact that he's on a 6-kill streak, but it's one where you might even think about kind of chalking around and playing for it because those streaks can come in pretty huge. Mary with some nice shots there. But even to make that interesting, right? It was a 1v3 for Melly. The gun punch up top green was impressive. The shots under the second player. Like, he made it close. Unfortunately, though, that streak goes out the window. Still 9-3 right now. You're carrying your squad to what the lead is right now.
Well, pure adrenaline there for Melly. He just has to take that gunfight. He wanted it. And if he got that, that would have been huge for Lambton. But, I mean, Fire Truck, that's just such a hard angle to push on a 74U. York keeping their pressure up, though. Opens up with another first blood, this time on defense. Melly tries to equalize. Sweep staying alive. The nade not going to land. So Lambton has to fight from a player disadvantage. Mary, bomb in vents. Fire Truck looking to put them down even farther.
It's going to be difficult. Melly, that's a huge kill to find. The second as well. Melly doing everything in his power to bring his team to this victory. 11-3 so far. Doing everything with this Craig. Going to take another challenge. Why not? You're feeling yourself. If you're hot, you're hot. He's looking for some players as this gun continues to light him down. Rose up top on the floating tank will fall as well. And all of a sudden, Lambert College have flipped this round on its head. It's all up to Sweeps here to try to make a desperation play for York. Crawling underneath the map. He's going to let his position be known. You got him trapped down there. Lambton aren't going to let that one slip. Big round win on offense where they get first blooded. They still are able to turn it around on its head and bring the series to 4-2 now.
Okay, I'm like an animal down there. I mean, Sweeps didn't really have anything going for him, but back and forth. If he came out with a kill there, I would have been surprised, but, you know, Melly with a heroic 2-piece in the middle of that round, switching it on its head. Lambton take their lead back to 2, 4-2 now. And it's all because Melly, 11-3. Adam Skywalker, 1-5. You know, if he just started to heat up here, I mean, Lambton would run away with this, but you have to also look at Rose, 0-5 on the opposite side. The same thing accounts for both teams. It's just that one outlier. Seems like they're just holding back. If they came alive, they would absolutely blow away the competition. You look at the bomb, it's taking control of vents. As York slow playing this very patiently, waiting for Lambton to just give him something to run with.
I think you're right. That's the key, right? Which of these teams can have somebody step up and help their star player? You got Melly 11-3, Fire Truck Lever 9-4, Immortals in this power position up by the bridge, trying to see if he can lay eyes onto somebody, Mary, in that spot that we saw earlier in this matchup. A cheeky one at that. He's going to fall to Sweeps. Big time push coming out of Sweeps. Can he get the second? No, he can't. Mav's able to trade that. The bomb looks like it's going to be getting planted at B as you have Skywalker in top green, overextending, and Rose is ready there to pick up the kill. 3v2 situation now. As the bomb goes down, it's going to be a difficult retake for Lambert, but you still have Melly alive.
Rose, this floating tank, it's just going to be so hard. If you wait too long, then that position is just so strong. You see Arsley plays it for Atlanta FaZe. Melly spots out that player. 23 seconds. You need 7.5 to hit that defuse. And it's all up to their star player, Melly. Fire Truck around the corner, closes it out. York brings it even closer, winning another attacking round. Lambton, you know, I like their positioning, but as soon as Mav turned that corner, you had nobody watching it, and Mary just not ready for it. Same with Adam Skywalker, pushing too aggressive through green, a little bit too early. Not checking floating tank first is a big mistake.
Yeah, we rarely see teams winning offensive rounds on this map, but so far, these squads have kind of been trading them in that fashion, and just fundamental stuff that time out of York, getting the bomb down, playing the life advantage. They get themselves back in this one, 3-4. They go on defense, a chance to tie it up. We'll see what the offense has up their sleeve. It looks like a full-out push to A. You got players climbing up here. The player at home to stop the push is going to be Rose. Does he have it in him? He sees a couple players crossing over. The shoulders coming through. Really good gun discipline. Did not fire his trigger. Finally, the shots are going to come on through. Mary's going to fall first. Can he get the second? He can. Huge plays out of Rose to slow down this push. He's got his team in a good spot here to pick up this defense.
You got to look at these outlying players. I mean, Rose was 0-5 2 rounds ago. 3-5 now. The key to two kills there to not just drop the bomb, but slow this attack at the pin. Mav around the corner wants to challenge this. Should know that Rose is here. Off screen, fire truck leaves Mav all alone after taking out Adam Skywalker. Not anything going for Lambton in that round. York, they connect. They string together 2 rounds, and they tie it up.
You're absolutely right. Going into this round, Rose didn't have any kills. Was playing on a goose egg, and you can see it in the kill cam. Finessing, doing big-time stuff to help his squad out, and that's what you need out of some of those players who are struggling to turn up in one round. That can be the deciding factor. You just need that extra little push. As he finds himself on a 3-kill streak, it's huge stuff because you got Fire Truck Lover doing his best at 11-4, Mortal 7-6, carrying the load as well. Sweeps now will be the one who's next up to try to make a play happen. And on the other side, you got Melly continuing to put on a strong performance at 12-5. It's all of a sudden tied up at 4 apiece. You see the defense starting to get a little aggressive. A couple players trying to push up through mid. Rose is going to be the one holding down these sight lines. You have Mav underneath the map. Might be the one to make a play. Does find the kill onto Immortals. Now going to try to retreat with his life. It's not going to happen. Fire Truck's there for the trade. 3v3 situation as the battle continues near mid.
Even still, though, that kill on Immortals should slow this down. As you saw it, Rose getting very comfortable, pushing up aggressively. Mary going right back to a position where Mav held. Melly off screen gives Lambton the advantage, and they are setting up to constrict this team. Mary hits that flank, spotted out, sweeps, trying to shut it down, but Mary just retreats for the team to take control of the space given. So they're sitting bridge, vents, and green room. Nothing for York to play through. You need some big gunfight wins, some key one-on-ones to bring this on back. And Sweeps just waiting outside of green. You know you want to jump up here. You know you want to take the fight, but you have to worry about Melly watching over it. Honestly, going to that route towards Adam Skywalker would be the best case scenario for York, as he hasn't been having the best game. But instead, Sweeps is going to rotate under bridge. Fire Truck Lover gets caught out from behind. And now a 1-on-3. You got to put that bomb down, but they know where you are, and Lambton College will not let you get that bomb.
Impressive stuff out of Lambton. Like, you get the 3-2 life advantage, and rather than sitting back and letting the round continue to come to you, see there, they push up on the map, continue to put pressure on the offense. Melly was grabbing the kills in this power position. They didn't necessarily play it safe, right? Like, this was the confident play to go ahead and push out and find the kills yourself. It's been Melly doing exactly that so far in this one. That Krig has been red hot, 15-5. So we head into a closeout round here for Lambert College. They're trying to even up the series at 1 apiece. York with a dominant hardpoint to start, but all of a sudden the changing of the game modes, the slowing down of the pace has proved to be huge for Lambert.
Sweeps. Very aggressive on this defense. Gets caught though, and Melly checks it. Big mistake there from York. Sweeps trying to make something out of it. High risk, high reward, but the risk a little bit too much. And he does lose his life for it. And Lambton, I like their patience here. You know, they get the kill. They're not overextending off of it. They're just waiting for the next to make a mistake. And they're really putting York against the back strings here. As I like this patience play that we've seen from Lambton before. You know, they're not afraid to burn the time all the way to the end to make this play happen. And it must stir up this YorkU squad. Finally, the stun's coming out. It looks like they are going to touch down on the site. We have Fire Truck Lover to deal with. And you've seen this position before.
Yeah, we'll see what the memory is like here for Lambert College, because this position right here proved to be catastrophic in an earlier round. A kill from Fire Truck Lover, and the second's going to come through on a player in vent. Huge stuff to slow down this push and even up the odds a little bit in this round. Now gets his team in a favorable spot, 3-on-2, but you still have Melly alive on the map for Lambert. That's got to be a positive. He's been so hot in this game. He's going to fall to Rose, and it puts everything on Mary, finding 1 kill. If you're going to make the read on the second, it just doesn't matter as the players swarm on through and pick up the kills. Fire Truck Lover, another huge one. It's the 2 stars here, and Melly and Fire Truck Lover trading blows in this one. But the spot is just so key there. You have to think, if you're Lambert College, you'd remember from earlier round when he slowed down the push from that same spot. See it here in the kill cam, just nobody ready for it. It proves to be huge.
You really have to look at Rose coming alive here. I mean, the star Fire Truck Lover is definitely making a name on this map, but Rose doing a solid job at not at just denying space for Lampton. And that green room, just denying it is so much. That is a route that when you were 0-5 was possibly open. And now Lampton being shut out from that point. And that's really key now for Rose. It's really limiting what Lampton can do on this attack. And they are going to go back to it now in round 11. Lampton just lost this attack. And now they're going to be put in that situation again. Even after finding that, and this time first blood not in your favor, YorkU might just be able to come away with this.
Fire Truck Lover is turning up. Now he's at 15-5. In round 11 here, needing to trade a kill back is Melly. It's the star players who are now going to find each other in a gunfight. Melly putting some shots down, but Fire Truck Lover just barely able to sneak away with his life. 3v3 now, and this round might get drawn out a little bit more as both teams realize what's at stake here. All the marbles on the table in this round. Fire Truck Lover down to 7 health points. Again there, somehow playing his life. As Rose scoping in on the vents, just getting some bad timing as Mary thought about making a peek. Now it will come through, trying to get that bomb down. The shots here from Rose aren't going to connect. Neither of these teams are able to get the life advantage for one another.
Truck.
20 seconds left. Fire Truck's the one making the move, pushing up into lights. He's got a player, and Adam Skywalker watching that. Skywalker's going to find the kill on a Fire Truck level, and that could be huge to open things up. Another one comes through from Melly, and it's all up into the hands of Rose. As the bomb goes down, he finds the first kill. 1v2 situation here in round 11. Could he make it happen after starting this game on a goose egg? Now up to 6-6. Rose turning this one on its head. Finds the second kill on Adam Skywalker. The last player is going to be up top green, and he's not ready for that. Lambton College hang on in the end. It goes the distance, but they are going to even up this series at 1 apiece.
Rose here. You get that first kill onto Adam. There's no way you're going to think that that Melly is sitting on the opposite end. And in fact, Melly's just right there watching, waiting in wake for you to turn that. And Lampton, there is so much to talk about from that game. You look at Adam Skywalker and Rose. I was talking about early in that game how, starting off on those really slow straights, as soon as Rose started to heat up, York started to find some success. And that's because it was denying some extra space that Lampton had before and kind of making them question whether or not they can push that space. So really slowed down Lampton in that. And it really caused them to take a little bit extra time that they didn't really have before to work their attacks. And on the opposite side, Adam Skywalker was 1-7 at one point. And at the end, they're finding a really key kill on the Fire Truck Lover. As soon as those players started to win their gunfights, you saw success from the team. Those two players were so key into making it a round 11 and even winning it out. Adam Skywalker came alive in that last round, did lose out in that one-on-one against Rose in the end there, but that's okay because you were baiting into your top player in Melee. You're allowing that close in the round, and you're just giving it off to the champion that you have. Now, Lambton College, they do bounce back, but it was scary. It's round 11. It wasn't so convincing like that St. Clair Search and Destroy run, or Search and Destroy win earlier when they went on a force spree. You're moving into Garrison Control, taking a win on this map, but even still, you just know what happened on that hard point earlier. It's still going to be looming in your head.
Right, and that's the thing for me. It's like, we're going to just jump right into the next game in a little bit here, but you see that first map and such dominant performance from York. To me, I'm like counting out Lambert right away, and obviously that was a mistake. That was a really strong showing there. A clutch one, too. It goes all the way down the stretch, and you mentioned how Adam Skywalker was having a tough game, but in the big moment, he's able to find that kill, and it's all that his team really needed, right? Like, you did your role just as much as you needed to. Maybe you could have won it in a more easy way and a less stressful way, but either way, it's a W in my book as we head to Control, and there's going to be another hard point as well. At least we'll see another Garrison hard point in this one. It's been all Garrison Control tonight. I guess I'm getting used to it at this point. It wasn't always my favorite map for Control, but what else? What choice do I have at this point, right?
Look, you go 1-8 in any game mode. If you take that win, you forget about it. You just take it. you just take it. You did what you needed to. Obviously, you guys won the game, and you just go into the next one. Adam Skywalker just gotta brush that one off. No, you did your job. Now it's Control time. The same with Rose. Rose had a slow start, but you picked it up. Now you're pushing into the next map. You just got to keep with that momentum that you had at the end there. Now we're talking about Control, talking about Garrison. We've seen it all night for sure, and we've seen how key that attacking round is. The team that finds the attacking round usually pulls away with that win. And when it was Purdue, they came out hot in that first attack with a big play off of Tragic to take 2 takes over on the B site, and they just fed through there. for the rest of it to take that first win. And then they just had to coast on the defenses like they knew they could. Now you're looking at Lambton. If you want to stay in this in this control, if you want to push it too farther into the series, you have to take that attacking round first. So Lambton, they're going to struggle here. You know, York has the slaying potential off of multiple players, and Lambton, they cannot guarantee that Melly is going to carry them through this hard point or this control map.
Yeah, and I'm going to pull out another TV reference here. I think the key in this one is whichever team can be like the Cobra Kai, strike first, strike hard, and have no mercy. It really feels like whichever team can be the aggressor at the start of these controls, especially on Garrison, are going to be in a better spot. The spawn killing really comes into play on this one. Like you said, whichever team can grab an offense to start is usually going to be in a pretty good spot. We start to jump into this. It's been Garrison all night long. We hope you like the tanks. Hope you like the color green. So that's what it's going to be again here. More Garrison control. Like I say, the series tied up at 1 apiece. We are going to see another hard point. Is instantly jumping into the action. A couple lives down for both squads. Got the defense here for York. And it's going to be Lambert maybe with a chance to make the statement round win on offense to start.
You got a turret set up on B as well. That turret, fire truck lover. You know what he can do? You got to fight into him. Now he's going to beat a big kill, but Rose watching that off angle is going to slow down this attack even longer. Now you're touching down on the B side. You're getting progression, but should be worried about this player, fire truck lover, to push in and take a few kills. They're going to be watching it. They clean him up. Now getting even more progression. Immortals has something else to say. He's going to shut it down immediately. York Lions holding off on this B side, shutting down the attack initially, and making it cost Lambton a few lives. You're looking at the stat sheet as well, Cam. This is Lambton's best game mode with a 50% win rate. So this is going to be a big swing round if Lambton can take it.
Yeah, and oftentimes we see that, right? Where the search and destroy team is typically pretty good at control as well. It's the one where you can kind of employ more of that IQ level stuff. Here we see Immortals with a challenge in square, finding Adam Skywalker. But as you can see, point B is going to be secured for Lambert. That's the start you need in this offensive round. You have the life advantage as well, and an opportunity to maybe push through the backside. Hit these long routes. Immortals trying to slow down the push. It's not going to happen. A couple players there with the team shots will open things up. It's looking pretty good right now for LC.
A site. Life advantage. It's a tough one. So York, they can really put their eggs into this basket to hold it off. They just needed to just wipe away a few key pushes. They already stall out the first one. They bring the life count back to a 4 life advantage for Lambton. And working this like Purdue. You know, they're working for bricks. They're working for the outside of the map. They're trying to get in behind York and spawn them out.
That's going to be the key, right? You can manipulate these spawns and really make it tough to get over to A. You have a long run ahead of you. Rose is the one getting that spawn, finding the kill on Demelli. You already have a player there in Immortals holding down things at green. It's going to be Fire Truck Lover trying to find these kills on the players in bricks who are really causing a nuisance on the back end of this defense. Mary finds one. Adam finds another. Immortals, though. Final boss on this hill is so difficult to kill at the backside of the radar. Make it another one. Dosi doing around the radar right now. So difficult to kill for Melly, and the slide comes through, but the gun punch is there. Huge stuff now to start this tick of progress at A. Here comes the defense off spawn, though, able to find the kill, and all of a sudden you're back to square one if you're LC.
It's just so hard pushing this A site. And York, you wipe the first attack, you set up in those positions, you get aggressive, you can stall Lambton out for so long. Now it's going to come down to time. You know, York is low in the life count, but this time is going to be so important. You stop the clock, you shut down York into the no respawns. Good opportunity for Lambton to close this out. It's not shining, it's not looking good, it's not pretty. But you just have to do the job. You have to take this attack right away. You got to stop the clock again. 8 seconds left. Rose is going to drop Mary for that. But Semtex and Lambton, they take it to the kills. That was almost a loss for Lambton to the time bank, getting that Semtex kill. But luckily, that last player was there.
Massive stuff to be able to grab the offensive win. And it's Mary who's really coming alive in this match. 3 kills in that kill cam. Just making all the right plays, though. Pushing through the long routes and bricks. That's the kind of stuff you like to see, right? It's a slow start to the series in map 1, but all of a sudden coming alive here. Lambton able to grab the first round win on offense. That's always going to be huge, right? And especially in Garrison control. We'll see how York answers back. This is one where all of a sudden York are up against the wall here. They've been the aggressors so far in this series, now being pushed into a corner. We'll see how they answer back.
Mary getting aggressive here. Nice double kill with that nade. Mav does go down, but honestly, as the defending team, you take these trades all day. Diamati from Rose is going to find one, but Lambton's still pushing forward in this aggression. Melly now, you saw what you could do in the search, and you're in a good opportunity to get some spawn kills. Shut down this attack before it even starts. As you see, Melly going to find Fire Truck Lover, the star of York. Stay alive, playing his life is such a nuisance right now, burning so much time away from York. You're down to 52 seconds, and you haven't even touched a site.
Got to get something going here for the offense. Adam Skywalker, the power position up here in top green, so difficult to break. So a couple players starting to make the push. Rose trying to look over and support. Got to start to get some kills to open things up. Really good job by the defense so far in this one. Is like you say, neither point with any progress so far. Mary hiding out underneath vents, waiting for the opportunity to strike. Instead is going to go for this little flank route. Going to try to climb up from behind. The players are ready for that. The shots come through. Able to find one kill before Fire Truck Lover trades it out. You still have Adam Skywalker in top green. You got to deal with that as well. Finally, some progress coming through at B. They're able to get one tick on the board. Can LC get in to slow this down? You have Melly, who's been so strong in this series, trying to be the first line of defense. He's able to slide in and find a kill as Adam gets one at the back. Mary climbing up as well. 3 kills in the kill feed for Lambert College. That's going to be huge for the defensive squad. 20 seconds left as they continue to put pressure on the map. It's not looking good right now for the offense.
And if you're York, how many times are you going to get flanked before you check that route? As YorkU left it open 3 times for Lambert to do the exact same thing. And, you know, you might not clear the site, but finding 1 kill is going to slow down the cap percentage that York will gain as the teams are coming in. The cavalry's here. Mav shuts it down. 4 seconds. York can't touch. Lambton's going to go up 2-0 in the control.
Wow. And, I mean, this is incredible stuff. It really feels like a different team than we saw in map 1. Like, it was a blowout for Lambton. They did not have it there in map 1, but all of a sudden coming alive here in the search and destroy and the control. And oftentimes, that's all it takes is just a changing of the mode, changing of the pace of play. Things start to slow down a little more. You get a second to breathe and think a little bit. Hardpoint can be so chaotic, so much to think about with the spawns and the rotations and the hill and the kills. Now you see where they get a chance to take a breather. They're really finding some success, and they have a chance to win this in 3-0 fashion. They were dominant in the offensive first round. They were able to get it done. Now a chance to do it again here, and we'd be going to hardpoint with full wind in the sails for Lambton. I'm sorry.
Still, you had 4 seconds on that attack to win it out. This time, bursting through for the A in your sights right away. Mary going to be gaining progression. 3 players here, and Melly is pushing through. Breaks to stop this retake. Big gunfight from Fire Truck. That's going to open up the flank for Immortals. And with a 3K sweep, Lambton, they don't find any progression at A, but they burn a few lives from York. In their place, they burn about 5. I have to talk about Lambton here. I mean, you are in a 2-0 lead, but you can't get complacent. Your attack in round 1, it wasn't shiny. It wasn't pretty. It was right down to the wire. So you can't get complacent in this one. You have to just play the game that you started off with.
Absolutely, right? This is an opportunity to close it out. Stomp that neck. No mercy at all in this one. It's what you're going to need, but it's really a good job for the defense so far in this one. The life advantage, they're putting the pressure on the map, continuing to push up towards the spawns, and it's difficult right now for LC to get any separation. You got a player trying to climb up on the floating tank to find a kill. Nothing doing. Rose is here top green, and from the top rope, an RKO from Melly there. Picks up that kill to find some separation on the map. Now a chance to move forward. Sweeps is there to clean him up. Immortal's trying to make things happen in square. He falls to Skywalker. Here's an opening to get something happening on B. The ticks are starting to come through. A few players there. Sweeps trying to make the sneaky play from behind. He finds one. Can he get the rest off the point? He can't. B's going to be good to go. That will extend the round, and the lives pretty even here as we head towards over A.
This is where they shine though. Last time on defense, they slowed it down. They played their gunfights. You just gotta win it in waves here. It's so hard to flood into this A site from green. You have to work the back spawn. That's exactly what Lambton's looking for. Sweeps knows it. He's gonna be watching from breaks. Fire Truck to have his crossfire. Melly pushes in, gets a second. Mav with his watch over the shoulder. As they drop 3 of them, now they have to worry about the player on site. Rose is going to be cleaned up. Progression on A, a big break from Lambton, and Mav is raining hell in the backline of YorkU.
It's Mav, yeah, the guy you got to get through right now if you're York, and it's not happening. He continues the streak, make it 5. This could be the way they end it right here. 2 ticks of progress are coming through. Finally, they get the kill onto Mav, but can they get to the point in time? It doesn't look like they'll be able to do it until the contest comes through. 1 kill from Immortals, trying to keep this one alive for his squad, and they're able to do it in the final moments. Just a sliver was all that LC needed. YorkU at the perfect time, come on in, get the kills, and now they have another opportunity to hold off here on defense. Lives are still pretty even. Immortals up top green, holding down that push. Here comes the long route, though. Mav again deep in the spawn, being a nuisance. You got a couple players trying to make the push through bricks. It's Skywalker who gets hit with the nade. He's down to very low health. Needs some support from his teammates. It's Mary who's trying to help. Not going to happen up top green. The kill's in York's favor. This is looking good for the defense as the clock winds down. Doesn't seem like LC will have another chance at this hill.
And Mav overextends into the back line of York. A big play for him as well. Maybe trying to do the exact same thing, but on the opposite end, you look at Immortals, and he overextended through green, and he found a few kills on the front line. So in turn, that allowed Rose to spawn right back into that back line, stall out Mav a little bit longer, and have the regroup to clear out that spawn in the second time around. So big key gunfights from Immortals there, realizing that Mav's in the back line, so I'm going to push for the other team's back line, slow it down even farther, and push these spawns from Lambton so they can't back up that player that is raining terror in the back of our map. So Lambton, they came out strong. York kept pace with them. You did get that cap at the B site, but they're struggling when it does come to the A side of the map. And a few gunfights there, a few more seconds, you would have taken that with the amount you were gaining right off the bat from that big break. But York, they keep composure, they restabilize, and they find their first round in control.
Yeah, that was so close. It was like a hair that they needed left to get that capture at A, and it was good timing from York. Like, those are risky gunfights. It's sketchy to be sliding in to contest at the end there. You have to think that the pre-fires might come through. Either way, they're able to extend this control to at least one more round. Now, it's going to be back on offense where we know things get more difficult as the team kill from the nade doesn't help. Melly, in such an important role, anytime you can be up front, holding them into their spawn, you know that you're the first line they have to get through, and it's so difficult right now finding Immortals. Probably going to have a second here onto Rose. The third is Fire Truck Lover, able to clean it up with the Diamati, and maybe an opportunity to get over onto A instead. Going to turn the focus towards B, where Sweeps is making things happen, finding the kill onto Mav. He's got some teammates showing up to help him out, and the push is not going to be easy through lights. There comes Melly. He falls as well. Things are looking good at B now, and this round's going to get extended.
If York wins this attack, looking at the kills, I mean, they've kept it this close, and it is going to be tight. They might actually, if they win out this attack, be able to pull the defense in the round number 5. They flood through breaks. They take control of the backline, spreading in like a virus. Now Sweeps looking to clear out Radar. One-on-one here. 2-on-1 as Mortals has that backup, and they're going to clear out Adam Skywalker. Big contention. The streaks from Sweeps looking to force that round 5. Cruise missile in the backline lands into the roof. Not going to find anything in the midst of it. 2 players are dropping the flood right back from Lambton, looking to stabilize on this side. Sweeps on a 10K. Sweeps looking for 11. You got the player outside the map. Map trying to clear it out. Diamati not going to find the 11. Sweeps gets cleared. Lambton stay alive.
Turning up right there, and big time plays to get at least 1 tick over at A, but now time to reset into the offensive squad, figure out what you want to do here, and it looks like it could be a flood through green. They find the opening kill. Now they slide on out to the Radar. Third player is Fire Truck who falls, but the kills come through at the backside, trying to hang on. It's a good job clearing him off, but Sweeps is still alive back there. Has been having an absolute ball over here at A. Finally, he will fall as well, so good job there. Playing the trades for Lambert. Got the life advantage in favor of the offense. Might be able to take advantage of that. Still time to work with here. If they try to play the kills, that's a huge 3 in a row, though, from Lambert to draw things back towards even. Melly continuing to push up, putting the pressure on. And it's not going to be necessarily a kill one. I think they're going to have to win it through capping the point today.
It's going to come down to time as well, as you're down to the last minute. Big flurry of kills connecting around. Adam Skywalker whiffing some shots in the rotation. Now it's time to push that spawn if you're Sweeps. Mortals goes down, a big pick. And nobody getting pressure on the site. Sweeps, he is going to be collapsed on. 2 players watching that cross. Still wins a big gunfight. Wins 2! Mary's absolutely down bad after that gunfight. And Sweeps making a big double kill, but amounting to almost nothing because you don't have point control. You haven't stopped the clock. Lambton College, they are down to 0 lives in the respawn bank. YorkU come alive in the end there off the backs of Sweeps. And they are going to cap this point. Not even going to the kill alive. Melly, He is going to challenge it. Sweep's going to shut him down. York sent us to a round 5.
Ooh, and it's really close. I don't know about Melly taking that final challenge. That could be interesting to see if that changes things. Defense probably going to be the favorable side, but how about this series in general? It's been so fun to watch how different players are stepping up at different times. Now it's Sweeps who's taking his turn to make plays. Like, he's going on the streaks. He was on at 11, 28 and 25 up top with 25 objective points. We saw Fire Truck Lover have an impact. Melly's obviously been turning up for Lambert College. Everybody throwing in their little bits of effort here to try to get this dub, and you can see how bad both of these teams want it. It's making it a lot of fun for us to watch. Lambert won the first 2. Now York comes back with 2 of their own. They'll be on offense, will York. We'll see if they can repeat on what was a successful offensive
Very
win
bad
last round.
timing. Sweeps gets it, but Melly's there for the backup. I want to see chat go wild. Let's get that Let's Go Lions in chat. Mav around the corner. Immortals on the bridge. Skywalker watching the cross. Point still uncontested right now. Nobody on it. Big gunfight from Adam Skywalker. The Turniper with the Diamante. The reach shell. Immortals shuts it down. Lampton, they're getting the trades. York having trouble stepping foot on the site, but now Rose getting progression at B with a big gunfight. Cleaned up by Mav. 2 kills to Lampton. Make it a 3 sweep as Lampton just staying in control.
Diamante's running rampant right now on Garrison control, and Melly in that same position he's been in all game long, pushing the spawns, being the aggressor. Mary on the backside, trying to make sure nobody can push through mid, as it's going to be a coordinated hit for the offense. Skywalker waiting in the vents, not going to let it happen for Immortals. The kill feed continues to light up blue. That's a good sign for Lambert College and an opportunity to continue to force the emphasis and keep this map control. You know they're going to be spawning in the back, and it's not going to be easy to get through this line of defense. Kills coming through for Skywalker now. Finally, they get a break in the vent room, and Fire Truck Lover will be the one to slide out first. Has the challenge on the Melly top. Caution gets 1. Can he get the second? The shots won't come through. Mary's able to get the trade, and Lambton College are going to win this match on defense. Unbelievable stuff. It snuck up on me there a little bit.
Cool. I mean, you got to talk about Lampton here. All 4 players showing up here. I mean, Melly led the way with 35 kills, but every single player sticking in the 20s, sticking up for their team, clutching up in that round 5, and taking them to a 2-1 lead. That was a big swing game for Lampton. That was your best game mode, and you almost lost it, but still coming out with this. Yeah, it's close. You got a round 11 Garrison search, a round 5 Garrison control. Now Garrison hardpoint, 250 to 240. Like, come on, I'm just weighing the options here. These teams are neck and neck, Cam.
It's so impressive from Lampton. I feel like anytime you come out map 1 and get stomped out the way they did, to come back from it and win 2 straight it's so impressive. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it at all. I really was starting to count them out there in that first map, but you've just had different players coming alive at different moments. Adam Skywalker, who struggled in the search and destroy, was just huge in that control down the stretch, using the Krig, picking up the AK-74U. We know what Melly's been doing all series long. He's able to grab 30+ kills in that one as well. It's just a coin toss now as we go to this next hard point. I don't know who to decide, because you had York winning the map 1 in pretty handily fashion, but all of a sudden, since then, it's been all in favor of Lambert College. It's anybody's game at this point. Flip a coin, and that's going to be the way to decide it right now, because we'll go back to Garrison, where we've seen both of these teams have success. I don't know. I guess the game mode is what's going to have to be the deciding factor for York, where they've been a little bit better in hardpoint with the rotations and managing the map. I think that's the one thing they're going to be playing on. And I guess if you're Lambert, it's going to be trying to draw on the success you've had in search and control and playing as a team again.
Ooh, well, you look at that raid search and destroy at the end. I mean, Lampton
pretty-
College, they're sitting 2 and 3 on it. York, 1 and 3 on it. So you go to that game 5, Lampton might be feeling good, but we saw what Garrison had. I mean, they had the advantage in Garrison S&D, and it went all the way to a round 11. It was close. That was a tough one for Lampton to come away with. So that game 5, that's where York has to take it to. There's no option for them anymore. The thing troubling you if you're Lampton College is you're looking at that raid hard point. I mean, yeah, you just found 2 wins on Garrison, but that has to be looming in the back of your head. That was a 200-point win for YorkU. And Lampton, they just need to show up here. I mean, you're guaranteed a map 5 for Lampton at least. But if you close it out at 4, you don't even have to worry about the option.
Right. And I mean, they win the search and destroy, so they're definitely going to feel pretty good falling back on raid as the final map. But I think you're right. You want to close it out, obviously, before it gets there. Again, I go back to the key to for this one. It's going to have to be the rotations for Lambert. We saw in the first map how they let things spiral out of control, how York was able to string together the hills. Got to be on top of it here in this one. Got to make sure you're rotating early, playing as a team, communicating, all that stuff has to be in check. So we jump right into things in the first hill. Mary will be the first one to grab some time. He's going to fall the sweeps. He's pushing through on the backside already, picking up where he left off in the last one. 2 kills already here to start. Might be having a player freeze up. No, we're good to go.
I want to take some recollection back to the Purdue St. Clair match that we had on Garrison Hardpoint. I mean, if you don't remember, the big troubling factor for St. Clair College was their rotations. In fact, I mean, it was just countless times where Purdue was just bullying that backline, pulling the spawns, and just having the favorable time, not even having to worry about the gunfights, really, because in turn, they had the time locked down. So Lambton has to be a stickler for these spawns. They already have the .2 rotation on lock. Now, let's see if they can hold off after the 15 seconds are up 4.1.
And it's so interesting, too, how the later we get into this series, you can see how these teams are making adjustments, really starting to play up to each other's level. It's so much more even now as we get later into this, as they start to feel each other out. The rotation to P2 is going to be in favor of LC for the time being, but you can see how the 4-player stack is coming through bricks. They're going to be trying to make this hit happen. Mary finds the first kill, and the second player is going to fall as well. Here comes the challenge now as they slide on through. It's Immortals with the movement, picking up a couple kills. His teammates now are ready to funnel on in, and they find kills as well. So they get the break they were looking for. Now they are in position to get a hold. The spawns are not favorable for Lambert College up here top green. Their turn to try to hit the long routes.
Well, Fire Truck looking to extinguish this push. Melly on the opposite side, big win. Rose is the next one up. You got Melly in the back line. Doesn't even have to worry about this trade because his team is in suit. And another break for Lambton. And also, look how far they're forcing back York. Now they can rotate safely back into point 3, contest the middle of the map between the player that is left behind, and they're going to be guaranteed spawns. Now, any kill that Mary has is just going to slow down this attack even longer because Mary's just going to spawn up in the back with the rest of their team. Oh, wait, no, look at that. Look where Mary spawns all the way back at point 2. That's troubling now for Melly all of a sudden as Sweeps gets a big kill, and Adam Skywalker has to go huge here. Not going to happen. Mav now left alone, and York with some pretty big luck out here.
Crazy stuff. Some of these spawns you see in Call of Duty. It's Mary was able to kind of make it work out from behind there, pick up a couple kills. It's still a battle for the spawns. It's now York is on the hill, able to soak up some time. Mav's going to fall in the back as well, and that should do it for a flip. Nope. Don't speak too soon. You got number 8, Mav, still spawning near the hill. They got to get the kills, though. You see York continuing to fill up the kill feed. Finally, they're able to clear off the hill, and there's a chance to get some time together. Mary going to almost fall to sweeps, goes down to very low health. Got to hold together the front side of this hill. So here comes the push from the blue squad. They're going to try to funnel out to break for the next side. This is when you want to flip them and have them spawning in the back because this next hill focuses towards mid. See the push out of the green room, though. Melly making something happen here. Has been so red hot in this series. Shooting at the walls at this point. So finally get this rotation together, and it's going to be in favor of York.
And big 3 kills now. Mary looking to contest here right behind floating tanks. Left unchecked as well, you know. To get this painted with Adam Skywalker, they might be able to work together to break this hill. Immortals has to work about 2 sites. Immortals going to go down. 3 go down now for York. Big break for Lambton. They're going to be gaining this time here. I mean, you're York. You've been losing out on most of the rotations and staying at pace with Lambton. A big chance here was there for York to kind of come alive on this point 4, but a big stall now from Lambton as a flurry of kills is going to lead to probably a hotly contested and a tie game going into point 5.
Yeah, the rotations have not been so important in this game. It's really just been both of these teams able to break each other's setups. They're still evenly matched at this point as they've had an opportunity to feel each other out. The series already in the second hard point here. Lambton College with the lead up by 20 points. We get another rotation coming up. It's going to be York who are already set up for this next hill. It's a scrappy one that's difficult to soak up a lot of time. But Immortals will be the one getting initial time on the hill. Rose finding one onto Mav. The kills starting to come in favor of York. You got on the backside, though. It's Melly making the plays happen, finding 2. A chance for a third onto Rose. The snapper, though, comes on by. And it's just so back and forth in this one. The score about to be even. Here come the spawns, though, for York. They're in the back. That's not favorable, and it should be an opportunity for LC to get some sort of hold.
And Immortals and Sweeps, 2 players back on raid hardpoint who are really holding Lambton on the back end. Slow start here for both of them. I mean, Sweeps barely staying even, but Immortals 7 and 12 here, as it's really struggling now for York to kind of hold this lead as they're falling behind Lambton on this Garrison hardpoint. As we rotate back over to the first rotations, I mean, it was split 15-15 on the first time around. Pushing into that point two, it was Lambton in favor of the spawns, and honestly, we're the first squad in there as well. And this is where Lambton started to come alive. Yeah, it was hotly contested point one, but that rotation to P2 is where Lambton was really shining.
Huge to rotate over to P2, but right now doing a solid job at this hold on P1, soaking up valuable time. Already 20 seconds going in favor of the LC Lions. You got Immortals finally trying to push on through and make something happen. So difficult with the support in hand. Immortals is going to get Nav. Mary falls as well. Here's the opening for York. They get on the hill. But you talk about it, the rotations to B2 will become more important now, as Skywalker is over here already, finding the kill under Rose, pushing up into Bricks, maybe trying to control the spawns a little bit, and this could be a little bit of an overextension, but doesn't matter. The shots are coming through, finding another kill under Rose, looking good right now. If you're LC, here comes the climb, and Immortals is able to pick up that kill. This is the favorable spawn to be backside by Bricks. That's where you're going to be in a better spot to make your push.
Mortal said peekaboo. Adam Skywalker, no streaks off of that. Melly, the shot punch, hello? 4 go down for York in a matter of seconds. And now Lambton coming alive on this P2, bully their way on and spawn York all the way point 3. Are they going to be ready for this Adam Skywalker? First person in green is going to take that gunfight, win out on sweeps. The Diamante not going to come into play. 2 kills traded out. Now York fighting from the front, and Fire Truck leading the charge. They break back in, as these teams just pound for pound. 30 seconds left on the second hard point. York, if they get the rest of this time, they're going to be right back in this game. And they're holding off on the middle of the map, so this rotation to P3 might even give them the lead.
Yeah, this rotation is not going to be easy. The spawns for next hill are already in favor of York. It's going to be a long run for LC as they try to push on through. The scrap time is going to be fought for there from Melly. He's able to grab the kill, but you can see the real battle going on here at the next hill. To play for these spawns is so important. You got the white team back there by the generator doing anything they can to stay alive as their teammates try to rotate on back and provide some support. So well contested in this match. The initial time going to be there for York. Streaks are coming in for Melly to try to get a break for his squad. Can he find something with the cruise missile? It doesn't seem likely. Not going to get any kills. As you can see at the backside, his squad continuing to spawn up near the hill. Adam trying to find one onto Fire Truck Lover. The turn on is going to be there. Sweeps is going to fall as well. So here comes LC, a chance to get back on the hill. They are going to get the break, and this should be 30 seconds in their favor.
I mean, if you're York, you really need to play for this point 4. All you need is one good hard point. You're right back in this game. But it's been so tough with the breaks off the back of Melly. 26 and 12. Ever since that search and destroy, he has been on fire. As you would think that Fire Truck Lover's the one doing the extinguishing out here. But right now, Lambton Lions, they are out of this world. You have to be on such a good high right now if you are Lambton College, as they're just rolling with this flow, and they are running away with this game. I know it's a 40-point lead, but they have not let go of the advantage.
Yeah, they've had this one from wire to wire so far, and you look at the scoreboard, Melly, 27 and 14. It's just been unbelievable throughout this entire series. We saw what it was doing in the search and destroy, almost triple positive. Skywalker now trying to throw in his 2 cents to the battle. 3 kills in a row for him. Mary finds the player on the point. That's going to be good to soak up some more time. It's starting to get to desperation areas here. If you're York, you realize that this lead is getting closer and closer to being one that you can't come back from. Finally, they're able to get a break again here. 20 seconds left on this point are going to be very important for either squad as a rotation to P4. P5, I should say, starts to happen. It's just back and forth they go. York just not willing to let this one slide just yet.
25-point game. Cam, York climbing right back into it. Last 3 seconds to Lambton. Mary on the rotation 4-5. All of York pretty much spawning out over in point 3. And that's a big win for Immortals, though. He could be a nuisance in the back of the map. Just put some sticks away from Lambton College. And if you take this win onto Mary, you might even be able to allow your team to push in from the front of the map. And he's just doing enough. And the rest of York come through. They make that break from the front line. 40 seconds here. Enough time to make it a tie game. But point 5, I expect to be contested quite a bit. No time to be gained right now. York pushing off the site. Streaks are going to zone out. This point number 5 as Lambton trying to fight on in. York holding the front line. Melly tries to win out on sweeps. Has the backup with Mary. They're right back onto this 20-second game. YorkU, they are seconds. They are just knocking on the door to pull this back, Cam.
Desperation mode at this point as they realize they need to try to force a map 5. But a 40-second deficit on the scoreline is going to make it difficult as we rotate again to P1. Mary in place to continue to soak up the time. 1 minute and 46 seconds and counting on the objective so far for Mary has been huge. And then on the slaying department, it's been Melly making all the plays. Mav trying to make something happen through the vent, climbing up, going to get traded out by sweeps. It's starting to come down to crunch time here on this final hill. 15 seconds is all that Lambton needs to win this match. Mary in contest. Both teams realizing that every single time you die is going to be more and more important as we head down the stretch. It's a really good job here from York, though. Staying alive in this one, clawing their way into it, not willing to give up just yet, as the rotation to P2 is really going to be the deciding factor. If you're LC, you don't even need that 20 seconds. Just get your setup in place. You should be able to win it here on this money hill.
Big win from Mary. First initial time, 4.2. Will goes to Lambton. 15 seconds is needed, Cam. Now watching through bricks. Melly's going to check it. Sweeps goes down. It's even harder for York to climb back. They're going to be sweeping out the spawns. Fire truck good for 2. The rest of York spawn up in the back line now. This is where the flood is going to come through. This is such an important fight for York University. Mary's watching over Skywalker. The flood through green. The carnage on site. Only 10 seconds needed for Lambton to take this win. And the gunfights are just in the favor of the Lions. Now down to 7. Mortals has to touch down. The stun lets him know he's there. Adam's good for 1. Adam looking for 2. But he's got the help. Lambton takes map 4. And after losing a detrimental map 1, they complete 3 rounds in a row to win this in 4.
My goodness. I mean, wow. If I learned something today, it's that you just cannot count out a squad based on one map of play. These guys just completely took a 180 in this series, and they win 3 straight maps. Almost felt like a reverse sweep in a lot of ways, just with how dominating that first performance was out of York. You win it 250 to 59, and then all of a sudden, a reverse, like, what? What just happened? Lambton, you got to give him a lot of credit. To flip the switch there in that series and just come out red hot in these next 3 maps. They win it there in the Garrison hardpoint where you might not be expecting them to. Incredible stuff. And it came in so many different ways. Everybody played their roles so perfectly. You had Mary soaking up the time, Melly doing the slaying, the other players kind of filling in their roles as respectively. It was just an unbelievable performance out of them. They are the better of the 2 Lions here today.
You have to just look at this, though. Look at the top bar up there. I mean, right hardpoint. If you ask me after that first map, is Lambton going to keep this close? I mean, look at that stat line. To come back, win round 11 in Search, round 5 in Garrison, and then take hardpoint to the wire and still hold on to the lead the whole time. Lambton just came alive, and it's because of their star assault rifle player, Melly. All on him. What was he? He was like 17-6 on that Garrison S&D, putting the team on his back. And you had that the show of the rest of the team in the later ends of the rounds in that round 11, but just coasting on through. Melly was holding his team up there. That search and destroy was so key. And even that Garrison round number 5, they looked on fire. It was not a single player on York was able to touch the point in that round 5 on Garrison control. And that attack was just so just put down by Lambton that they went into that Garrison with the highest of hopes and took it all day long. Garrison just must be where Lambton thrives because Ray just doesn't look like their map.
Absolutely, yeah. They really performed on Garrison there. Big fans of the tank. And you mentioned Melly. Like, the assault rifle play in the search and destroy was huge. The versatility, though, to pull out the submachine gun in the control and in the hard point, like, really capable of doing everything for his squad. Those are the kind of players you need. Obviously, the PTP, the primetime player for them, stepping up in a big spot to get them the dub tonight. And they do it in come from behind fashion after losing map 1, win 3 straight. But, folks, I think all good things have to come to an end. That is our final match of the night, and boy, was it a good one. A great way to close out another week of college Call of Duty action. Again, I think that's going to do it for us here tonight, though. My name is Cam Burt. for Seymour. Another great one with you on the desk. Look forward to more to come. And that's what you guys have to look forward to as well. Don't be forgetting to keep coming back every Monday and Tuesday night to watch more college Call of Duty action. But until next time, so long and good night.